Hello everyone, welcome to GC News. In a dramatic turn of events, Ukrainian troops continue to gain ground in the ongoing conflict, dealing significant blows to Russian forces and disrupting their ability to mount effective offensives. The latest wave of attacks, orchestrated with precision by Ukraine's State Security Service (SBU) in collaboration with unmanned aerial systems, targeted critical Russian military installations. Late last night, drones operated by Ukraine's SBU launched a major offensive on the Kusaya airbase and the Slaviansk oil refinery in Russia's Krasnodar region. Sources within Ukrainian law enforcement agencies confirmed the success of the operation, celebrating the victory not only as a national triumph, but also as a strategic setback for Russian forces. Reports indicate that the drone strike inflicted substantial damage to the Kusaya airbase, where a variety of Russian aircraft, including Su-34s, Su-25s, Su-27s, and MiG-29s, were stationed. Additionally, the management of the Slaviansk oil refinery reported operational halts due to violent explosions, with assessments underway to determine the extent of the damage. This marks the second drone strike by the SBU on these key Russian targets in the past 3 weeks, raising significant concerns for Russia's military security and regional stability. Krasnodar, situated near the Black Sea, holds strategic importance, particularly for the Russian Air Force, making the successful execution of the attack a cause for serious alarm in Moscow. In response, Russian authorities launched investigations into the attacks, aiming to identify those responsible and bolster defensive measures to prevent future incursions. However, the strikes have underscored vulnerabilities in Russia's defense infrastructure, prompting heightened security measures and re-evaluation of military strategies. Further losses for Russia: fighter jet incident and logistics base attack. Adding to Russia's woes, reports emerged of a mysterious fire engulfing a Russian fighter jet at the Shal airfield in the city of Chelyabinsk, located in central western Russia. The Ukrainian Defense Intelligence shared video evidence suggesting the fire was the result of a deliberate operation targeting the aircraft's air intakes. While Russian authorities remained silent on the incident, Ukrainian sources claimed the destruction of the fighter bomber, representing a significant loss given its cost and strategic value. Moreover, in a separate incident, a logistics base belonging to a division of the 1st Tank Army was struck by an FPV drone in the Shinsky district of Belgorod. The attack primarily targeted the fuel and lubricant depot, resulting in casualties among Russian personnel and extensive damage to military vehicles and infrastructure. Counter-operations and escalating tensions. Ukrainian defense intelligence officers also conducted targeted operations against senior Russian military officials, disrupting planned inspections and instilling panic among occupying forces. These operations, aimed at undermining Russian morale and combat effectiveness, highlight Ukraine's determination to defend its territory and retaliate against Russian aggression. Escalating tensions culminated in explosions within the city of Belgorod, further exacerbating security concerns and civilian anxieties. While Russia attempted to downplay the attacks and shift blame onto Ukrainian forces, the damage caused by the strikes underscores the vulnerability of Russian positions and the escalating nature of the conflict. Media narratives and international response. Amidst these developments, Western media coverage has come under scrutiny for its portrayal of the conflict, with accusations of bias and distortion. While Russia seeks to frame Ukraine's actions as deliberate attacks on civilians, evidence suggests otherwise, with Ukrainian forces primarily targeting military installations. However, the dissemination of misleading information by Russian officials and the portrayal of civilian casualties as intentional acts of aggression serve to muddy the waters and influence public opinion. Despite calls for de-escalation from international bodies, Ukraine remains resolute in its defense against Russian aggression, signaling a prolonged and intensifying conflict. Conclusion: as the conflict between Ukraine and Russia escalates, the latest series of attacks underscore the shifting dynamics and the evolving tactics employed by both sides. With civilian populations caught in the crossfire and media narratives shaping perceptions, the true cost of the conflict extends beyond military losses, impacting lives and livelihoods on both sides of the border. Thank you for tuning in to our coverage of the latest developments in the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Stay tuned for more updates as the situation unfolds.